TV2 Live. TV2 Live, 2 Live, 2 Live, 2 Live. TV2. All right. We are live. Live and loud on a Friday night. Was it July 25th, 2025? Is it 2025? Holy fuck. That sounded weird for a minute. Hee-hoo! Be Nice is up in this motherfucker already. B, cheers to you. And Darlene is in the house. Now Ragey is going to think that I'm low. Is going to be like, see, I told you TV was drunk. I was sitting here chomping at the bit waiting to have a drink. Can't start drinking before I do the show, but I can start drinking as soon as I start doing the show. TV2 Live. Yeah, I got all kinds of fucked up shit like that I need to mix together. I hate keeping a bunch of stuff loaded into my streaming software. Like all too many different scenes and what's not. Like I had some I got some different sound effects and shit. Some stupid stuff. Oops. All right. Coffee for you. I got coffee in here too, B. It is I know you'd think being fucking stupid fucking hot. It's still 85 degrees right now, but yeah, it was 91 2 days ago. And not last night, the night before, it never got below 81 degrees or something. Oh my God, that's the warmest I've seen it at night this year for sure. That was just, and I mean, my air conditioner is starting to take a shit, so I've had it for a while. That's all right, B. I have enough vodka in mind for both of us. Yeah, well, you're in Florida, for fuck's sake. It's 85 here in West Michigan, sister. I can't handle that. I can't handle it at night. Like, during the day, I guess, whatever. There's no avoiding it. It's summertime. And I love summer. I like the heat. But it's when it's time to cool down, man, after you've been... Even though, to be honest with you, like after I get a shower and I fucking chill out, it's like your body is so exhausted from trying to stay cool. You just you cool right off. B says, why is she here? Is the real question. She can't handle it either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, B. I wonder about you girls sometimes too. Yeah, like I've often said, like the winter sucks because it's exhausting, but I swear I deal with the cold a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, I don't mind the heat. I got to go through it every spring though. Like I have to readjust, but I don't think people get it just how fucking nasty West Michigan can be in the summer. Like we have about as extreme extremes as anywhere in the world, I swear. I'm sure there's places that are more extreme, but we get hot and we get fucking cold. But yeah, I feel like the cold is just easier to deal. Like the extreme cold for me is a little bit easier to tolerate than the extreme heat. Seems like it's easier to stay warm than to stay cool, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's, I don't know. Maybe that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Did I miss anything good today, you guys? You'll have to excuse me while I work through trying to get my second wind. My eyes are always baggy, but they're surprisingly white right now. Like usually, and it takes a lot for my eyes to get bloodshot. But I've noticed they've been a little bit fucking pink lately. I did get some rest, so and today was an easy day. Oh, but I can't. I'm gonna sit here and fucking yawn for probably another 30 minutes or so, something like that. I need to talk to Mighty a minute. Maybe he's here. Mighty, you got your ears on here by any chance, brother? I just wanted to talk to you about Andrew Callahan, that fucking Channel 5 dude. Mac Dog, what's up? Cheers to you. Happy Friday. All right. Anyways, what did I miss? Did I miss anything today? Um. Oh, I seen maybe some chop or yeah, I don't know if it was chopper talk. Probably. Um. Trump was saying that he can't speak about Epstein now because it's a sensitive, ongoing negotiations or whatever kind of deal he's working out with Ghislaine Maxwell, so she won't spill the beans about him fucking kids. Mac asked what I think about Hulk Hogan's passing. I think he probably lived a pretty good life for the most part. He was 71, so he wasn't real old, that's for sure. But, I mean, just, I think probably, even though he was like, looked physically fit, I'm sure there's a lot of other actual physical issues that go along with people who are bodybuilders and blah, blah, blah. I mean, he had to be fit in all ways, right? Not just fucking muscle bound. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't old, but whatever. Maybe he was a pretty wound up cat. I wouldn't be surprised if he had high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? Who's 77? 77 is 15 years away? Oh, for you, B? I don't know who was 77. Hulk Hogan was 71, I think. He was pretty young. I don't know. I don't know. I sound like a dick. I don't follow entertainment news at all. I can't stand it. I don't even follow a lot of fucking music bullshit, fucking National Enquirer shit. Just can't do it. Oh, I see what you're saying, B. Yeah. Well, B, you don't... I know what you're saying, sister, but I believe that a lot of it's... I know this is going to sound really fucking kooky, but science has proven it. I think that if you believe you are gonna be healthy and live long, and you think that way, then I think that adds to the possibility that increases your odds of having a living long. You know what I mean? And I don't think maybe not. You know, now that I think about it, like I mentioned, Hulk Hogan probably having high blood pressure because he was so wound up. But I'm not sure that would necessarily mean that your life is going to be shortened. Like, you're full of fucking fire. You know what I mean? You got all kinds of fucking energy to keep living. Ted, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Happy Friday. Don't see you too often anymore. Did see you last night. Or was that last night? This morning, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I lost my mom 2 years ago, and she was 72, I guess. Uh, yeah. What'd I say, 23? So maybe she would already been 73. Yeah, she was 73 when she passed. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Ted says steroids. Sure, I mean, Hulk Hogan probably did some chemical enhancements or whatever, used some chemical enhancers. I don't know. Oh, wow, Mac, that's awesome. Yeah. I haven't had anybody, unfortunately, but nobody was all that healthy. I think my dad's mom, she lived to be in her mid-80s. And she was a smoker, but she also had, like, she lived out in California for a while, in Sacramento, because supposedly the air at that time was really good for people with lung issue, COPD or whatever. But she was always like, she didn't smoke. Like, I don't ever remember her smoking. I mean, maybe when I was very, very young kid. But yeah, I haven't had. I don't know a lot of folks on my mom's dad's side of the family. So, um, so I don't know about like. Well, I guess my great grandma, my my great grandmother. I never met my mom's real dad, but I always spent a bunch of time with his mother. Like my mom would take us to go see her grandma, my great grandma, all the fucking time. And she was like 3.5 foot tall Polish lady, right? She was awesome. Now she did live for a very long time. Don't know how you do it. Show you how to walk a dog. Ted says he checked on Wikipedia. Many of the famous wrestlers, yeah, they had to be doing all kinds of fucking unhealthy shit, Ted, for sure. Especially back that, like, yeah. And I mean, plus it's not like just because they were, like I said earlier, like just because they're like fit looking people, they still were partying and living crazy lifestyles. For show, for show. Oh, TV still trying to get a second wind. Don't know how you do it. Show you how to walk a dog. I have to listen to some music or something. You guys want to hear what kind of bullshit I've been working on, maybe? How to fix. I was all fucking stoned the other night doing that shit, trying to just harmonize real long notes. Ted says they are all either heart or drug issues. Yeah, I believe that. Hearts and drugs. James, where are you? He should be. What time is it? Yeah, it's like fucking 7:30, 8:30 in the morning. James should be up and around. And he could already be on chore duty though. All right, hang on, guys. Hopefully, Mighty's gonna come by a second. I really like this fucking. I really like this Channel 5 News, Andrew Callahan. Let's see if I can. Hey, Mighty. Hey, brother. Dude, I wanted to know. I really love that Andrew Callahan, and I just wanted to let you know that I watched. He had a brand new interview on another show that I watched this morning, Vice News. I was trying to find the link, but you're good at search. I'm pretty sure it was Vice News. It was the creator or the founder of that show, Vice. And he really influenced that Andrew Callahan from Channel 5 News. I don't know. I just really love that dude, Mighty. If you give, and I hope you'll give a couple more of his videos a chance. I like his shit where he just sits down and talks to people for 2 fucking hours, but I'm into the boring stuff. Yeah, that was it, brother. I just really, really like that guy, so I wanted to. Whenever people come across, I thought it was cool that you had watched the interview that he did with Hunter, which I still haven't seen, but I will. Yeah. That's it. Shane Smith. There you go. I don't know. There's something about him, Mighty. He's like a rare. I feel like he's a rare cat. I really do. Like he has. He's very. I know you'll appreciate him once you And not that you don't. I'm just saying you like the smart guys, the people that fucking are humble and put in the work, and he's definitely one of them. I mean, the dude is, and he's. I like the fact that he isn't really right or left. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yep, yep. Yeah, it's so good. Mighty, I think you never seen, well, I guess you would have known if you had that show All Gas and No Brakes. I haven't seen it yet either, but I guess it was a huge hit, kind of a cult thing. Yeah, exactly. He's pretty brave and crazy. I don't know, the dude, I feel like he had a lot of shit going on from his childhood, like that's why it was so wild. Even though I was a pretty fucking, I mean, I drank hard and all that shit when I was just 100 full throttle 100% of the time, right? That's how what this dude reminds me of. But he is, not to compare myself to him in that sense. He was fucking, this dude's bright. I don't know. He gets it, man. It drives me nuts that I can't retain the kind of information that some of these folks do and then be able to put it together with whatever thought you know. He's just, I really appreciate those kinds of folks. It blows my mind. Yeah, that's good stuff. Thanks for sharing the link. I'm lousy at this. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, God damn it, I gotta talk to Mighty about this guy again. Yeah, that was it, brother. I mean, I appreciate you coming. I just wanted to. I hate fucking typing. You know what a yapper I am, and it gets especially in the White House chat. I could just be yapping about regular shit like this, and my fucking post would get filtered, and I wouldn't know it unless I was watching, and blah blah blah. You guys need to check that out too if you haven't seen it. I've shared Andrew Callahan, Channel 5 News before. He is, God, I don't know. The dude just has an addictive, he's just really magnetic, I guess. Even like that Sean Ryan or whatever his name is, the host there said, he's like a fucking lightning rod, referring to that Callahan. It's good. Yeah, exactly. Voidzilla, right. Yep, yep. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to do the research and all that. I really struggle with keeping, it's like pouring a fucking ocean of information into a shot glass of a brain, right? Even the other day, Putin's like, man, TV, I talked to you about this a few years ago, and it's like, fuck, dude, I can't fucking retain all that shit, and it bums me out. I don't know if this is something new. Like, I'm just, because I never challenged myself in this way before, trying to fucking do so much research and retain so much information and trying to make connections. That's the thing for me, is like trying to take these different aspects of things and fucking make connections with them, right? Like David Feldman the other night making that connection with Bill Barr's dad hiring Epstein, and Bill Barr's dad was writing fucking really pretty sketchy shit, like novels involving kids and stuff, I guess. So it's, I don't know how people ever are able to, how, if you just get lucky like I did watching that David Feldman, happened to watch that Feldman episode. Otherwise, I would have never known that. I mean, I had asked a few folks since then if they knew that Bill Barr's dad, Donald Barr, had hired Epstein to teach when Epstein had no degree, as far as I know. It's fucking crazy. I don't know how people, like I don't even know what are the right questions to ask to look to get that kind of information to see if it's out there. Yeah, it is. It's fucking crazy. Did you know that, Mighty, that Bill Barr's dad was a creeper himself? I guess it's weird. Yeah, that is messed up. I did not know that. Putin, I think I was talking to Putin about it. He had heard that. I mean, I guess maybe it wasn't all that a huge secret that like Barr's dad had hired Epstein. I don't know. I guess like if the right people don't get a hold of that information, it doesn't go anywhere. So it takes time to grow, or for to get people to know, hey, this did happen or whatever. Curly says Bill Barr's dad was CIA. Yeah, it's crazy. And I know, Mighty, you feel the same way I do. And like most of us, it's like, let's bring it all out. We need to fucking... Man, I've been saying since the classified docs in Biden's garage, which, again, every time I bring it up, I just need to make sure that I'm clear that I don't think Biden was up to anything nefarious. Otherwise, he probably would have acted on it long ago. I only know what the documents were. It doesn't matter. Same deal with Pence. I don't have a problem with him cleaning up whatever documents he shouldn't have had, and all other presidents, living presidents, going through their files at that time and making sure they didn't have shit they weren't supposed to. Whole different thing than with Trump, right? But my point was with Biden having those classified documents in his garage is that we can't have that kind of shit. I don't think. We're never going to be perfect, but we can't have that kind of shit. We got to be on top of fuck-ups like Menendez and any other Democrats that are fucking breaking the law. Not only that, if you're just fucking doing questionable shit, you need to fuck off. We can't be supporting that crap. Even if it hurts us right now, because how do you want to live? Do you want to live in a world where you get to do what you want, but then we have people like Trump at the helm and those people doing whatever they want? Because I don't. Curly says it's real TV. I'm not messing with you. Yeah, I don't know, Curly. You have to understand, Curly. I can't trust you, right? I mean, and happy Friday to you too. By the way, I haven't seen you in a while. Are we gonna have a happy conversation and exchange this time, Curly? I don't know that I have it, Curly. Just like right off the bat, I have to say that you're it sounds like bullshit that Bill Barr's dad was CIA, unless he like just worked for the CIA like anyone did. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know what. Maybe you should elaborate, brother. Tell me what Bill Barr's dad supposedly did. And yeah, Mighty says, right, our team has to be clean. Clean house. If they're criminals, get them the fuck out. Yeah, but Curly, you can tell me. Curly, look, I'm never going to fuck it. I've said this. I'm never going to mislead you. Never intentionally, and I'm going to go beyond that and do my best to never mislead you. I'm not going to be lazy about anything I say to folks on here. Okay? But that doesn't mean you should ever take my word for it. Ever. You just shouldn't. You can, but I'm telling you not to. So it kind of goes both ways. Like I just don't take people. You got to hand us something, dude. Saying he did isn't enough. You're smart enough to realize that, right? Curly, it's not that you're lying to me. That isn't enough. Don't you understand that? You are asking me just to take your word for it, and it's not that you can't be trusted. I don't know. But do you understand that isn't proof? You get that, right? You saying so and insisting just isn't proof. Ugh. Curly, this is why I get to be a dick, because I at 55 and being married for 30 years and raising 3 kids to adulthood, I don't have patience. Mighty says this says Bill Barr's dad served in something called Office of Strategic Services, right, during World War II, which I guess later morphed into the CIA. Yeah, maybe I did hear that. You could, so there you go, Curly. See, Curly, is all you had to do was do what Mighty did. That's all I ask is for a little bit of backstory. I don't have, but I don't go, Curly, you can't take offense to that. I don't look up shit that Trumpers post most of the time. It's you know why? Because after years of doing it and wasting my time 75-80% of the time, you get my point? You got to stop, Curly. You got to harden the fuck up, brother. You can't take some of this shit so personally, and you have to do a better job at, if you want folks to listen to you, you have to, give them something to listen to or a reason to fucking follow up on what you're saying. See how easy it was for Mighty to fucking post that? And actually it fucking, struck a chord with me that I do recall hearing that off Strategic Services. The only time I've looked into this, I've done 2 Google searches after I seen the Feldman show. All right, man. Curly says we haven't been wrong, bro. Oh, man. That's funny. Dude, you're killing me. That's hysterical. All right, see, Curly is just really bad at being a chud. Guess what, Curly? You haven't been banned or timed out, but I did remove your post because we don't do disinformation here. We don't do vaccination disinfo. We don't do election fraud bullshit. You didn't prove anything. See, Curly, this is why every time me and you go end up fucking butting heads. What kind of fucking retard fucking post that shit that you were right about the election being stolen? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. See, now Curly is ruining my mood. He just pissed in my fucking Cheerios. Oh my God, this dude is begging for it. Oops, sorry, Curly. I did just put you in fucking. I did just ban you. All right, let me go back, Curly. Hang on, I'll go remove you. I just meant to remove your comment, but that was the second strike, you bitch. Jesus fucking Christ, these guys. All right, Curly, you should be good to go again, but you get to post one more stupid comment, so make it a good one. No, right, Darlene. He's going to sit there and go, oh, TV's just being sensitive. It's like, dude, you were doing fine. You had our attention. Talk to us about Bill Barr. What do you know about this or that? And then as soon as he realizes that it's gross. I don't get it. Darlene, I just don't understand what these supposed adults are getting out of acting like this. Like, I'm not the most informed person. You guys, nobody's ever heard me say that, right? Like, I just leaned on Mighty and Curly. I had no idea much details about Donald Barr. But it's like, I don't fucking get it. You don't have to just pretend to know shit if you don't. Nobody's going to criticize you for asking questions or saying, hey, man, I don't know, but I think you should look into this, and this is why or whatever. But then to just sit there and go, Fauci tried to kill us? For fuck's sake. Curly, this past May was 4 years. 4 years since I got my fucking first shot. And I've had boosters since then. 4 years, dude. You guys said we'd all be dead in 6 months to a year. I feel great. Who did Fauci kill? Don't you think that's being irresponsible by saying that kind of shit? It's gross, dude. Honestly. Your fucking dad needs his ass kicked, Curly. Aaron, Nels, what's up, fellas? Cheers to you. Yeah, it's bullshit, Mighty. That's this kind of shit that gets me fired up where I really lower myself to their level. It's like, just fucking, why say that shit, man? Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it, Darlene, that they just, once they know they have no argument, then it's just all, let's own the libs or trigger the libs. I mean, that's kind of the only win that we see. That's all they've gotten out of, like, Trump winning this past election was they get to say he won. That's it, because so far there has been absolutely nothing done. And I can't say Trump hasn't done anything. Apparently, maybe he's got some really lousy trade deal with Japan now that's going to do absolutely nothing to benefit Americans. Nothing whatsoever. I don't think the Trumpers understand at all what the trade deals mean and what the tariffs mean, and how that none of that shit. It's those are all things just to keep these other countries in check. And hopefully help prevent, to create free trade, right? Isn't so much about protecting our country, our companies here at home. It's not. It's about maybe hopefully ensuring that American companies will be able to do businesses in overseas. And so it's disgusting. They don't have any wins. Their only win with Trump was the ability to say they want that Trump won. That's it. Because they're going to gain. I mean, we all know that shit's getting worse. I mean, nobody thought that I didn't see any liberals denying that prices were going through the roof during the Biden administration, but we all have a clear understanding of why that was, And so Trump could, is all the cocksucker had to do was come in and continue not fucking with shit, right? Like, just even if you don't want to endorse the Biden policies that clearly saved our asses in 2020, even though it took all this time, why destroy it? I mean, we're still not going to feel the heaviness of this for a little while yet. Aaron says he accomplished 7 rounds of golf. Fucking A, he did. Yeah. I listened to a top 10 punk rock songs from France. Well, they weren't punk rock. It was like 60s fuzz rock. That's what they were calling it. And that tune was on there. Yeah. Yeah, he looks really gross. And look, again, I don't know. We'll see how if I start getting my shit together or not, but I can't play golf right now because I never really learned to play golf. I was working on learning how to swing a club my last year at the landscape place because we had I was in the office and we had a tee and like, I don't know, 140-yard green or something like that. So I did learn how to start learning how to fucking use an iron anyways. Darlene says I have to leave at 8 p.m. You can't play guitar until I get back if you do. Yeah, I'm not set up to play. I mean, I might later, but yeah, I'd have to do some switching around here. I don't have anything turned on right now. And I haven't practiced. I mean, I'm itching to jam, but I've been itching doing these chat streams too. I mean, I'm really thankful. Like a lot of you folks, the channel has been consistently getting more views and subscribers every week, every stream. Some are, it's odd too. Like the other night, I had a really busy stream. Like as far as the amount of folks that were watching, it was like 15 to 18, whatever, 20 folks, which is pretty big for me, right? I'm not fucking shy to admit it. That's not a lot of people, but it's a lot for TV's channel. And so I discovered that a lot of folks must have been watching in incognito chat. But thankfully YouTube keeps track of all that shit too. Jim Wedge, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. So yeah, I just want to keep on doing what we're doing here. And it's always about just having, honestly, brilliant folks in chat because you could have the best fucking host, smartest host in the world, and I'm not saying that's me, but I'm saying you could have that on a channel. And if you don't have anybody in chat worthwhile, then it's a shit stream. And so just the exact opposite, you can have a half-ass mediocre host like myself, and if you got really good chatters like we definitely do here, then you have a good stream. And there's just no doubt. I will never care if these streams ever blow up or not, because the conversations that happen here sometimes are really fucking good. Quite often, honestly. Yeah, right on, Mighty. Well, Mighty, don't ever forget, brother. And I know you're such a fucking humble dude, but, you really inspired me. Not that you were ever on cam or anything, but just because of what you created. And that was because of who you are. It was your personality that allowed the chat to evolve the way it did over there on Venus Streams, right? I mean, you have to look at the moderators you had, right? People like A-Bear, right? Dave Oz. I don't know. Did you have, maybe Dave wasn't a mod over there, but Nelson, Yeah, so really that's what inspired me. I mean, you always were a great fucking soul to yap with, Mighty, but just the fucking chat that you created there. Like, just how much shit you would allow and then the shit you wouldn't allow, right? All that was, I thought, man, this is fucking cool as hell. I'm like, I'm a social butterfly. It's like, I loved being out playing in the bars and all that shit. I'm like, I don't have to do that anymore. And I can sit here and talk to all these different fucking kinds of folks all in one place. Jay, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Happy Friday. Oh, yeah, yeah. Holy shit, Mighty, you didn't know? Yeah, A-Golf is a fucking badass musician. He doesn't just sing. He does it all. And he's another humble. Jay's humble as they fucking come too, Mighty. This dude is, yeah, he's a fucking incredible musician. That's another part of, like, I am so lucky to have met so many of you folks. And it wouldn't have happened not this way if I hadn't started streaming. I mean, I met a lot of folks on Mighty's Venus stream, but I'm saying to really get to know folks better the way I have in the last 5 years or so has been great. Speaking of which, should I do a little fucking... Should I promote the hell out of this shit a second? I probably have to refresh. I see zero thumbs up, even though I'm sure there are a few. Yeah, I started telling Chuds that once in a while, Mighty, when they would get pissed. I'm like, if you don't fucking like the idea that I stream, you can blame Mighty because he influenced me. Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, I just gotta, you know, Mighty, you know, brother, there's so much more I could be doing to like promote this shit. But I just feel like, man, I just want to come on and be myself, you know. And part of that's laziness, even though, you know, just to do what I do does take some work, you know. Like, folks don't understand, just especially like if I'm doing protest streams or bringing other shit to you guys, it's, you know, clicking around, making shit happen, making sure you got the audio right, all that stuff. But I just want to do real streams, and I think if we do, and with the right fucking chatters, which we have, I think all those subscribers will come eventually. Like that Luke Beasley, oh my god, that dude is at 1.4 million now, and I'll bet you that's all happened within a year. Just fucking crazy. But he's good. But I don't want to do, I mean, I could easily sit there, well, I don't know about easily. It also is, as you guys know, you got to have a likable personality. So if this never happens, maybe it's because I'm too old and ugly or pissy. I don't know. But you have to have you know, you have to have a welcoming personality. And I'll never try for that. It's either you're going to have or you're not. But like folks like Luke Beasley, you know, I guess maybe it's his baby face too that helps. Kind of, God, what's the word? Put folks at ease, or sort of help them to take down their defenses or whatever, you know. So I think that's probably also why Luke Beasley, when he's had issues with really scary, fucked up Trumpers, it's because of those same issues. Like they think they can take advantage of this kid, like he's an idiot, or maybe he isn't able to physically defend himself or whatever. But he's a cool cat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. It is. It's just content that you just have to. I can't put a lot of effort or thought into, hey, this, like writing a, like sitting down, it to me it's like sitting down and saying I'm going to write a fucking hit song. It's like you can't do that. You just have to play. You sit down with your guitar on your lap, or you just sit down in front of the mic and camera, and you fucking talk to folks, and the good shit comes out. Mm-mm. All I wanna do is chew some gum. I got a feeling. Yeah, Jim, I agree with that. Vina was so cool, man. Venus stream. I so had my suspicions about Mighty early on because he was always there, never a mod. I don't know. I was just like, this is a group of fucking. Again, same way with my band. I surrounded myself with good musicians because I wasn't one. I think that's why I was so attracted to Mighty's Venus stream, is that I felt like I was surrounded myself with really bright people because I wasn't necessarily one. Still, though, I would like to figure out how to get respectable Trumpers in here. Like Curly was able to hang out for a minute, and then I accidentally fucking banned him, but I cleared his name. I don't know. He was getting too shitty anyways. It was like 2 dumb comments in a row. I don't even remember what the first one was. The second one, Fauci tried to kill us. Just fucking stupid shit. Oh, the election was stolen was his first one. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. That's laziness. I just came, and I almost feel like it's pretty profound. I like giving my self a pat on the back for the really fucking cheesy shit, as opposed to maybe the stuff that maybe I actually said something worth listening to. But like, I feel like, honestly, since yesterday, I thought, man, you know what? These Trumpers are fucking, who was that? LB that me and A Bear were going around with. It's like, you're a fucking Trumper because it's easy. I'm like, that absolutely makes sense. Like, this is, being a Trumper is just requires zero effort on your part, and you're exhausted, Maybe, oh, Mighty, I know what I wanted to, yeah, so check out that Andrew Callahan and look into the movie Dear Kelly. So it's an independent film about a Trumper who totally fucked his family up and all that bullshit. But like, Andrew really felt for this dude after a while, like, as I do, as a lot of us do. Like, we look at some of these Trumpers and there's glimpses of humanity there, right? And you just think, the kind of people and especially like me, I'm not fucking denying that I am a pissy bastard, or at least whatever. I feel like when I'm pissy, that's how I'm coming across, and I just try not to, deny that I ever get angry or nothing like that, because I do. I get angry and pissy. I mean, I'm nowhere near the point of losing control ever. In fact, nobody's ever really seen me pissed off online. Thank God, because it's fucking ugly. All that shit was years ago. Not that I had anger issues. It's just I was young and shit would piss me off and I'd fucking go at it. People like fucking the Trumpers, just what do they're so injured or so much unresolved animosity from whenever. This that Dear Kelly film about the Trumper who just went totally bonkers is what he tried to get at was how these folks become how they fall prey to what is it that happens before they get into any sort of conspiracy nonsense, right? Like what and he found that it's all everyone pretty much goes through some sort of really traumatic time, whether you it was like he said, for instance, for a lot of folks he had spoke to, they kept referring back to like the 2008 2010 collapse, you know, and how maybe a lot of folks lost their homes or their businesses during that. Yeah, and then it just but it may not even have to necessarily to do with some sort of major financial collapse in our nation or worldwide, but just something that happens to them in their life that is really hard to take. That would be hard to take for any of us, whether it's, you know, a loss of someone close to you or a divorce or, you know, financial destruction. Yeah, you're welcome, brother. Macaroni in the house. Yeah, exactly. Jay says everyone has something to teach at TV. I agree 100%, brother. That's why I put up with so much bullshit from Trumpers, because some of them, because it's like, look, everyone, especially the folks that are my age or older, right? Or close to my age or older, right? Like they've lived a whole fucking life that I didn't. And unless you're, you know, kept in a cage and someone's feeding you soup through a straw, you're learning something that I didn't, right? Like you're out there living a different life than I have. You're definitely learning shit that I didn't. You know, maybe we learned a lot of the same things, but for sure there's always going to be stuff that we've all learned and experienced differently. Not much, Mac. Chilling and yapping my ass off, brother. Jay says the problem with the internet is that people with it need to troll and be abrasive. Stupid used to have to do it at the bar, and they look at it took a bloody nose, right, to remember the next morning. Right on. Yeah, and I'm kind of guilty of that, Jay. You know, I do have a big mouth. And I am a dick, but and I don't even I was going to say but and it's not a legitimate excuse on my part, just because these people are really clearly fuck ups and say just purposely fucking ignorant shit. I still don't think it's an excuse for me to be really just to be a low down asshole, but so far I haven't had any regrets, or not many. Yeah, right on. Gloria, what's up, sister? Happy Friday to you. Cheers. I'm going to have to do a BRB since Mac's in the house. Should we pull up a little bit of macaroni music? I know I got to get some more stuff finished up, so I have some other tunes to play for you guys. Yeah, I have to do a BRB, you guys. But I'm going to go do a BRB, play a little bit of TV2 original music here with Macaroni on the bass. Still trying to find something that I can maybe, now that Jay's getting warmed up with his lungs and lips, see if I can't talk him into laying down, just improvising a sax solo on one of my instrumental tunes or something sometime. All right, hang tight, you guys. I'll see you in a minute. My number just in case, could these be friends? And I found what I was looking for all of this time. It was always right here in front of my eyes. Said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. What I was looking for. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. What I was looking for. She looked at me and said we had fun. Now don't you ever call me again. I'll be around just in case, 'cause you know we'll always be friends. You and I've been down this road too many times. The answer's always been right here in front of my eyes. Said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. What I was looking for. I'm back for a second. I got my cocktail brewing. So I'm going to have to duck out a second to grab that in a minute. She said, I finally found what I was looking for. Thanks, Jay. Man, brother, I tell you, I'd probably drive you nuts, dude, but I can't imagine being close enough to fucking hook up with you once or twice a week. Come to your pad or have you over to my pad. Yeah. I know it sounds cheesy, but like I was just always a writer. Unfortunately, I didn't learn enough about equipment and mixing and all that shit like I should have. Like I always just kind of focused on my personal guitar sound and God damn it. Dave's about to get timed out again. Dave, I can't do drop D. Like, I think I did fuck around with it once. I don't know. It's been a little while, but like I spent a day using drop D tune and just trying to get like, I don't know. It's just noisy, man. It just sounds noisy to me. And I feel like, I don't know. I guess it adds a little bit of a little heavier feel, but it also sounds noisier. I don't know, man. Well, Jay's right about that. We are both cool. Cool. All right. I got to go grab my cocktail a second. Hang on. Dave, I think I told you that, like, in the 90s when I was playing in the bars, we always tuned a half a step down, but we tuned everything. We tuned all our strings a half a step down, not just like a drop D tuning. So we tuned our guitars to D sharp. Yeah, see, that's one thing. I'll tell you what, Jay, like, you guys have seen me play. I don't pretend to, like, I'm the heavy, like, I beat my guitar, like, I really get on it as hard as some folks, but I'll tell you, man, I'm pretty sure that I get on my guitar just about as hard as anybody at any level. Like, I work it. And Jay, I don't know how you feel about strings. Like, I've never thought much about it when I switched from, and except for when I switched from GHS strings to like Ernie Ball. And it's like, that was kind of, I could see the obvious difference. But then when I switched to Diodario, it was like, never look back. I have never, ever broken a string using Diodarios. I swear I haven't. At least, not that I can recall. I've had this guitar since 2017 now, and I have never broke a string on it. Yeah, those 7-string guitars are odd too. I don't know how I would ever. I'm just not. I am just not that technical of a guitar player to ever have to try and do anything different outside of a standard tuning. I mean, there's plenty for me to learn yet in that way. Do you use Diodario too? Yeah, they're good. I really think they're great strings. I use XLs. XL 10s. Now for my acoustic though, I do still use GHS Brat or I have a pack in my tote right here. I think they are GHS brass. Bronze, sorry. Bronze wound. Gloria asked what cocktail I made. I made a Black Russian. That's all I usually ever drink anymore. I only had the first time I love Bloody Marys, but I have to have the shit in the house all the time, and it's like I don't drink enough, and the fucking tomato juice will go bad if I buy a jug of tomato juice, even like a half gallon, like a 64 ouncer. If I have 2 drinks, that's all I'm gonna have for a week, you know, and plus, yeah, all the other ingredients that I have to have on hand to make a good one. Celery, pickles, olives, blah, 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 blah. So no, just a Black Russian, Gloria. That's my go-to. Yeah, I don't know why it was, Jay, but like my guitar player, this was in the 90s, right? And so my guitar player my partner was 18 years older than me. I know, it's fucking crazy, but but he understood all the things about guitar that I didn't at the time, right? So uh and so I guess being old school, like I don't even know how I got turned on to Diodario strings, but I love them, man. I think they're impossible to beat. You might, some folks might think, well, what's in a string really? And it's like not much once you get to a certain level of quality but yeah. It's straight because there's no difference in the prices really. Not enough. I mean, people just need to start out on using good strings on their guitars. Yeah. Mrs. V will have a white Russian every once in a while. These are warm, even though it's summer. These are hot cocktails. Yeah, I like them sweet and warm and strong and creamy. I can almost feel like jamming, but I'd have to fucking do some fucking around to get shit plugged in a second, and I haven't fucking practiced in. I don't know. Well, I guess I was fucking around with that new tune a little bit, but that was about it. It's been a few weeks. I'm from one extreme to the other. There's so much different fucking art and like creative stuff that I love to do, like just like streaming or drawing or painting or music. I usually spend a couple weeks at a time, and then all of a sudden I'll realize how much I want to just beat the living shit out of my guitar. I think I got the yeah, I do have the midterm countdown clock. Up and running again finally. It pissed me off because I set it up and then like it must have been only a short while later that my internet connection went down. Like if I'm sitting here on my main computer scrolling through the web or doing whatever, it rebounds so fast or reconnects so fast that I don't even notice it half the time. But on the slow computer, it won't reset fast enough, and so then it just ends up fucking ending the stream. But she said I finally found it. I thought they had a live police chase for a minute there. Yeah, I can't do that. There's no way. Like the orange peel in a white Russian, I wouldn't be surprised if that curdled the cream. So I've seen a lot of folks talking about the South Park episode. Putin shared a clip here, or on the countdown stream yesterday. It was pretty crazy. I don't know how they get away with, like, after I started watching, I'm like, for fuck's sake, I got this link posted in my chat, and it's like showing a fucking dick, an actual dick on YouTube. Is that? I can't believe they didn't. That's not getting shut down, but. Yeah, exactly. Chill out, Satan. She said, I finally found it. What I was looking for. man, you guys. This fucking heat's beat me up bad. Whew. We kind of yapped my ass off in that first hour. Yeah, Mac has a nice bass guitar. There's no doubt about that. Thing's a beauty. Jay says they secured a contract $1.5 billion deal, then they let it rip on Paramount. Yeah. Well played, exactly. Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, I think it sucks. Trump is in power, right? He has the upper hand. None of us are denying that. But his fucking circle is shrinking fast. And though, no one's, like, I've never said through any of this, like, Trump is still going to end up facing charges in court and all that bullshit. He's not likely to live long enough. But you know what? And I don't know. I think I guess he's already been excused or can be pardoned or pardon himself. I don't know. I don't see. It pisses me off. It's like the second he's out of office, all these J6 charges should be coming right back up. But who knows? We're probably going to be beyond the statute of limitations by that point or some fucking stupid shit. Yeah, I'm just ready. I'm just like ready for the next phase of this. Like what will happen? Like my best hope, I guess, is that this is going to remove all these people that have been supporting Trump so blatant, like just pure loyalty, right? Commitment. Just hopefully removing them folks from ever serving in public office or being civil servants ever again in any way, shape, or form. It's I don't know what more we can hope for. It's sad, but I pretty much accepted a while ago that Trump will never be held accountable for anything he's done. Not criminally, right? Like, let's hope that he can be removed from office, yet even though I don't know how much difference it would make if he was, I don't know if it would prevent anything from getting worse or anything, minimize anything that's happened should he not finish his term. But I still think it would be great to see him removed. Yeah, exactly. Jay says he can go on a weekend vacation to put JD in charge, who will give him a pardon where Mother Pence won't prevent it. Yeah, I don't know, Jay. Like, I can see what you're saying there, but I also feel like there's a whole, like, it's complete extreme the other way. Like Vance's only chance of getting in the Oval Office is to have Trump being removed. Like there's no way in hell Vance is. Not only is he not going to wouldn't win the general election, but he's not even going to win the GOP primary, right? Let's be honest. I mean, I don't know. You guys have to tell me, what am I missing? Because we've all questioned the Trumpers, like, what's your thoughts on Vance? And they show their support in whatever ways, but they clearly aren't don't believe in what they say when it comes to supporting Vance. There's just no fucking way. So none of these, I mean, come on. It's just, I don't know, man. I want you guys to know I question myself a lot. Like, am I being fooled by am I subject to being ignorant to just following along with what information I want to hear? I don't think I am, as I don't think most of you are. But it's really crazy that how the Trumpers just, and maybe it doesn't make any difference if they accept the fact that Vance isn't a forever Trumper. He just isn't. I mean, where is Vance? Why is he so quiet lately through all of this? I mean, why would the number 2 guy not be fucking defending Trump staunchly? Yeah, B says anything can happen. Nothing would surprise me. Well, that I agree with that too, for sure. Like, we've seen so much fucking craziness that I don't put anything past Trump, and I don't put anything past the Trumpers. I'm just really pissed that, like, Trump was able to weasel out of this Epstein thing. It looks like it seems as though that the DOJ has now had more than enough, and the FBI has had more than enough time to flag all documents that may reference Trump and to remove them or redact them. So, and how do we, I guess maybe we don't have to fucking, I mean, I guess, honestly, we don't have to defend it, or we don't have to make excuses. It's clearly a cover-up. There's no way we can prove that without the documents, without seeing what they removed, without, having any sort of sane, morally grounded folks in the FBI or the DOJ right now. So, yeah, it sucks. I hope this information isn't like just totally just like fucking destroyed. But I don't know how all that works. I don't. Remember, folks, hit that thumbs up or down if you haven't. Share with those you love and those you don't. Subscribe and ring my all bell. We're doing these kinds of awesome streams a couple, 3 times a week now, so. Yeah, no jogging, you guys. It's Friday night. Grab a cocktail. No more jogging for the week. B says she was my number 1 thumb. Are we, Dave? What's going on in South Oz there? South Oz. I don't think I have seen James today, and it's a weekend. Why? How hardcore are the storms down there? Let me look. All right, so it's not such a tight circle. I mean, it's a huge storm. It's not real tight. These aren't like weak winds, you know. I don't know exactly where James is, but that is a massive fucking storm system right there, you guys. I want to say there was some crazy shit going on near Japan as well. It looks like it already passed, maybe? Yeah, possibly. Anyways, I don't know where this is going to go. North. And then it'll probably just dissipate. So, yeah. I was just scrolling through the fucking crazy ass storms. And, yeah. Wondering how James is doing down there. All I wanna do is chew some gum till the sun comes up on the Santa Monica Boulevard. I like a good beer buzz early in the morning. The chuds. The chuds. Dicklessism is on display. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, ain't it, Jay? When you look at those, I already closed that window. Or did I? I did. Yeah, when you look at those, like, just rolling across the fucking equator there, it's crazy. Especially, like, off the fucking coast of LA, right? All along, even though that's above the equator, right? All along there, man. All the way out to the fucking, out to the Far East is, it's just crazy storms. They never, like, just tons of them. Though most of the time they don't ever, like, really build up. They're just constant. It's crazy. Yeah. Darlene, I've been watching some fucking. Last night I watched a couple killer documentaries on northern Michigan. One of them I was a little surprised about, like the God, I forgot what the fuck they called it. I'd have to go back now. I watch so much shit, I can't keep it straight. Yeah, there was one doc that I watched on Michigan that was fucking killer, even though it was like 2 hours long. Spent a bunch of time up in the UP and in northern lower Michigan, but skipped right from Traverse City to Grand Rapids and totally blew off the whole west coast of Michigan here, of Lake Michigan by me, which is really sad and unfortunate because all the way from Traverse City all the way down to South Haven, which is about an hour south of me, is just amazing. I mean, good luck finding more pristine freshwater beaches in the world than right here on Lake Michigan. Hang on, you guys. I'll be right back. So I was just, I think there's, guess I don't need my fucking headphones. Fred, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Happy Friday. So I think that there is the No Kings or whatever Good Trouble rally tomorrow, right? Supposedly. Again, I have not heard shit on it. So I don't know. But if there is, I'll be bringing that to you, folks, for as long as I can. I do have a wedding reception to go to tomorrow night for a little while. So, but I'll get a chance to see exactly what's happening in the afternoon before I leave for that, but yeah, Fred says we need a fair voting rights amendment that codifies things like district maps. Yeah, we see in Texas again that they're really trying to disenfranchise voters for sure. I don't know where that was. There's three districts or counties or something like that that are like 88+% black or something, and they're trying to fucking split that shit up. Yeah, well, that's part of what I think. Like, I always seem to bring up Bill with this. That's part of it. Like Max said, he's likes the way he's punching back, and it's kind of, yeah. It seems like, unfortunately, we're gonna have to meet these folks where they dwell, and that means punching back. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Jay. That's how I feel too. Like, why can't we just do away with parties in a sense and vote, policy? But obviously, there's funding, you know, be issues about funding campaigns and stuff and blah, blah, blah. Well, we'll have a much better idea, I think, Fred, of who's going to throw their hat in the ring, certainly after the midterms. 465 days, 4 hours, 11 minutes, and 34 seconds. Darlene says hundreds expected to protest against Trump at July 26th family's first rally in Olympia. Sweet. Thanks, Darlene. Yeah, I will definitely be watching and seeing what can find. Everything is actually fairly peaceful here so far this Friday evening, it looks like. Trump heads to Scotland, which is crazy because they hate him over there. That's odd. Santos is to report to prison. How about that? How about that? God, I forget what his sentence was. So I wonder if because, I have to say the media across the board isn't very clear about prison and jail. There is a huge difference, and I don't think, sadly, neither the media on the right or left are very good at defining the difference, but whatever. Human, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Human says he thinks he's ready for a direct democracy where the people vote on every bill. Yeah, I've thought about that too. human. I don't know about every bill, but certainly there's some things that it seems like our representatives are not getting right. Fred says this is a short vid song with a cop in my town that made some national news. Let me bring it up, Fred.
The Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly. Officer Helsley.
All right. I don't know why it didn't want to.
Of the Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly in the face. Well, it was 5-on-1, 5 cops with guns, and a guy they didn't even have to chase. And yet, once they got him down, suspect on the ground, well, you'd think they'd show a little bit of grace. But that's when Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly in the face. Now don't you feel safe? This is serve and protect. Smash your head against the curb and put their knees on your neck. Land a punch here and there, try to cut off your air. How are we supposed to feel secure when they want to keep us so scared? It doesn't make me feel better, they beat a drugged out drunk. All this talk of dangerous illegals, but we're being policed by these punks. And there are good cops who think these actions are a disgrace, but standing by silently watching is just as criminal of a case. 'Cause cops like Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg police love punching people repeatedly in the face. Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly in the face. It's on tape. Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly in the face just yesterday. Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly in the face. Say his name. Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly in the face. One more time.
Good stuff, Fred. Thanks for the share, brother. Yeah, I actually seen the video of that. What was he, a veteran or something? Gosh, I forget the situation. Yeah. Or was that the young black man that was... Yeah, where they busted his window, right? Fucking bet he's just sitting there and they busted his window and he's like cringing because the glass is flying in his face. Fucking fist hits the window, bashes it, clears out the glass, and then bam, cracks him in the jaw. He takes it. Fucking, I mean, he didn't have no choice. Like if he would have resisted at all, that poor guy would not have survived. Like he had to sit there and be as limp and as he just had to be as non, you know, it was disgusting. He had no choice but sit there and take a beating. Had he showed any sign of resistance whatsoever, he would have he would be in the hospital. Oh, that was a welfare check. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a couple, like literally 2 other videos, Fred, of folks being dragged out of their car for no reason and having the shit beat out of them. Yeah, I didn't know what that song was referring to exactly. I thought it was the one that I just recently seen. I mean, it's bad, you guys. Like, man, Fred, I have stories too, brother, about the police. And you guys know how I am. Like, there are bad apples, but I still have faith. And I also, as most of you do, we need a solid, honest civil law enforcement, right? But, like, I don't think folks realize, like, 36% of all domestic violence cases involve a law enforcement officer or someone who is works for law enforcement. And by that, by involved, I mean they are the ones committing the crime. 36%, you guys. Do you know who is the highest? You know what occupation ranks above that? Air traffic controllers. And then everything else below those, that number one, air traffic controllers, number two spot, law enforcement, is a mixed bag. Like, the rest of the domestic violence cases in this country just are a plethora of different occupations or folks from different walks of life, right? It gets better. 86% or 86% of all domestic violence cases result in a conviction. That's overall. But less than 12% of those convictions are made. Law enforcement makes up less than 12% of those convictions. So you have more than 1/3 of the offenses committed by law enforcement employees, but only 12% of the convictions, including those law enforcement offenders. So it's sad. I could give you some really good examples, except for there's I still hope to talk to some folks locally. I have, I guess, acquaintances and a few friends, I suppose I could call them friends, in government. I worked for our county clerk, who was a sheriff's deputy for years. I worked for her for doing her lawn for years when she became the county clerk, actually. And she still has been all these years. I worked for other Muskegon County sheriff's deputies. Boy, they're a fucking mess. I'm telling you, some of them are a fucking mess, you guys. Kind of glad I wasn't into the politics thing then like I am now. Because this is 2008, 2009, 2010.
First, we offer overnight boarding. Your pet will stay overnight in your sitter's home and not only be treated like part of the family, but
Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg Police punched a guy repeatedly in the face.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's no need to be on him like that.
No knees on the neck, motherfucker. Disgusting. All right. I'm sorry. I seen enough of that. I seen enough of that. Oh, I don't know what to say, you guys, why is there ever a need to fucking pound your fucking fist into somebody's face when you have 5 fucking cops who are all clearly larger than this guy on top of him? Oh my God, what was he going to do? Where was he going to go? Fred says the woman recording the video is the one who called for the welfare check. Well, props to her, brother. She tried. I feel bad for her. She's got to be totally fucking disheartened and discouraged, disgusted. How fucking, Jesus Christ, beating his fucking head on the curb. Well, Fred, part of their anxiety is because, like that singer had said before, the good cops sit back and they don't speak up against the bad cops because it's a good old boys club, right? And we know that. It's 100% a good old boys club. And again, no matter what, I'm always going to stand and say, look, we need law enforcement, as I know most of you guys feel the same way. But it has to, I mean, we cannot have, it takes a really special person, someone more special than me, that's for goddamn sure. I don't think I'm special at all, but I'm just saying, it takes a really special person to be in civil community protection law enforcement, right? Because you can never ever stop standing on the number one most important thing, and that is to protect the community. And we're a long ways away from that anymore. We haven't been in that mindset for a very, very long time, and part of it's because of the anxiety that you see. And I don't know if we can call them good cops. Look, if you're not capable of handling the fucking pressure of being law enforcement, I get it. I couldn't do it. There's no fucking way in hell. But if you can't handle it, you shouldn't be doing it. And if you're under stress because there's bad cops out there that are making all cops targets, and you feel like you are constantly in defense mode when you're supposed to be serving the public, you need a different job. And I know a lot of you, probably even the good cops, 95% of you going to be like, fuck you, Troy. Fuck you. You have no idea what you're talking about. You fucking coward. The fuck I am a coward. I got all kinds of stories as a kid looking at full-grown fucking men with badges and fucking firearms on their side telling me how they don't have the fucking right to do this or do that to protect somebody, to protect a woman, to protect a kid, because they have restrictions by law. You're a fucking coward. I'm not a coward. You cannot continue to do that job if you are in fear of your life by protecting the fucking community. Nobody, 99.999% of us want to see you don't want to see any harm done to you. We look to you folks. Are you fucking kidding me? What do you expect the community to feel about you when you're fucking, after Derek Chauvin killed a guy for no reason, you're still putting your knee on people's necks? You have 5 guys on top of this dude, and you're pounding his fucking face with your fist as his head hits the concrete curb. What a fucking coward. Can you imagine what it's like being married to someone like that? It's no wonder. I'm shocked that the domestic violence rate among law enforcement isn't higher than 36%, honestly. Yeah, well, Fred, I looked at like I watch all these history docs, and it's like, holy shit, man. We certainly have moved forward with civil rights across the board, right? Rights of peasants and rather no matter what color they are. But yeah, you think about even back in the 60s, like when you were or whenever most of us were youngsters, or maybe some of us not even born yet. It was a free for all, man. I can't imagine. I mean, Jesus Christ, you guys. I just can't. If you're a white person, it's impossible for us to quite put our. We can do our best to have empathy and understand what it's like, and we've all experienced probably some sort of prejudice for whatever reason at some point in our life, right? But holy shit, man, the fucking courage that like just our black or minorities altogether have shown in our country, and in my lifetime, to think how bad it was when I was a youngster and obviously not aware of it, but and how far we've came, it's awesome, but we've not come far enough when we still see a group of fucking cops just pummeling one single guy, for fuck's sake, an unarmed man who never didn't even commit any crimes. Oh my God, I'm furious. B, you had your house raided? Did you tell us this story? I never had my house raided in a sense. I've had to deal with detectives once, two of them, and eventually they just talked me into. Thankfully, this head detective was an honest fellow. In fact, he went to the prosecutor on my behalf, which is pretty crazy. I mean, they don't usually fuck with. And look, I don't know if it was because I was white. I doubt it. I think it was just because they seen that I wasn't slinging shit. I wasn't part of a gang. I wasn't, selling dope or whatever. Like me and my wife both had really good jobs. It's sad. And it's what's really sad is all that shit changed now because marijuana is legal here in Michigan. But I was pulled out of bed at gunpoint by state marshals in 2014, April 1st, April Fool's Day 2014. Pulled out of bed at gunpoint as my wife stood watching. Wasn't much she could do. Honey, they're here to get you, she said. Crazy too, man, because I had a fucking self-loading 12 gauge sitting right in the corner within reach of my fucking where I was sleeping, and they'd never even flinch. Got me up once they realized it took them, because these guys are professionals, it took them about fucking 2 minutes to realize that I wasn't going to be a problem. So they let me chill, get my clothes on. Yeah. But that's unfortunately we don't, and again, I have never been treated. I've been treated in ways that I shouldn't have been. And I don't know if it was because I was white. Like how I escaped trouble, maybe they just figure it wasn't worth it. I don't know. But like I was clearly in violation of the law a few times as a young man, and for whatever reason wasn't charged. Yeah, this guy was mentally unstable. They could have de-escalated the encounter, not what they did. Fred says he was more than likely on drugs, and his and this occurred, but that is no excuse. Exactly. I mean, the thing is he wasn't going to do any harm to anybody at that point, right? Mac asked what they were looking for. I don't know if you were asking me. Oh, B, yeah. Cannabis in B's case. Jesus Christ, B, what the fuck were you doing that you had such a tip-off that they were able to legally come in your house like that? Were you growing a bunch of dope? Oh, maybe you did share some of that before, B, how you had to deal with some probation or something. Or maybe they were able to excuse you from all responsibility. It was maybe someone you were staying with or staying with you. Yeah, exactly. Jay really nails it. Look, what do you expect folks to do when we are human and you think, look, I'm going to get my ass beat regardless. So do I try to fucking get the fuck out of, am I going to die? Like, I cannot imagine. I think Jay makes a really, really strong point, you guys. Like, I bet you most of us here are just about 100% white, Aryan, whatever, right? You can't, I think it's impossible for us to put ourselves in that position. How, but if you can, like, out of fear, like, because I'll tell you what, as a kid growing up, I had some sketchy situations with stepdads, and I felt, you know, like, it was fight or flight time, right? Fight or flight, and by say fight, I mean in the most extreme ways, and I don't want to get into details on that, but that's where I was a few different nights as a young kid. And so I can't imagine being a black person, a minority, you know, and especially now, it's not just black folks. Fuck, it's, you know, Latinos, Mexicans, Middle Eastern folks, anyone that has a dark complexion, right, is at risk. And so, fuck, dude, what do you do? Like, you're thinking, I'm getting my ass beat. This is not good. No matter how I comply, I'm going to get hurt, and I have done nothing wrong. And even if you did something wrong, what if it's just a misdemeanor? You don't deserve. What about if it's this guy on the fucking curb who has literally did nothing wrong? How is that excusable? And then to have these police departments come out and say that no laws were violated, no procedures were violated by these officers. It's just insane. Oh, you got a felony for Leafs? Yeah, I was my second charge. I was facing manufacturing because it was my second. I was growing, but I had two plants that were small, and so the detective, like I mentioned earlier, went to the prosecutor and said, "You can't charge this guy with manufacturing. He wasn't growing pot to fucking sell it or make a profit or to sell or anything like that." And so they dropped it to second offense possession, which wasn't good in Michigan at that time, right? That's habitual offender level. I mean, when you get charged for the exact same drug offense twice, it was scary, man. I'm telling you, I could not believe that I was fucking possibly facing 8 years in prison for pot. I was just like, holy fuck, this is really crazy. Max says his brother was a cop. He made detective. Told me about raiding a house one time. He lifted a couch cushion, and he said he saw the biggest snake he ever seen in his life under that cushion. Yeah, for sure, Jay. We have. I mean, it was fucking tough over here, brother. You know that. It was tough over here for a while. Like, whew. I mean, especially like in my area, you know, it's like they fucking like in my little hometown, man. Yeah, it was fucking tough on folks. That's for sure. So here I am with two two possession of marijuana convictions on my record, right? And now I can grow it legally and all that good stuff. It's bullshit. All she wanna do, do do do, do 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 do. 9:18. Well, this was a pretty good stream, you guys. I could probably sit and yap for a while. But, I don't know what I'm going to do. Suck on this cocktail, maybe listen to some music, see what Mrs. V is up to. I'll keep an eye on the, if we get some protests going tomorrow, marches, demonstrations, good trouble stuff. There's a link to the 24-hour, 24/7 clock or stream that I'm doing my best to keep up, you guys. It is running on this old computer next to me, so it went good for about 3 or 4 days, but as soon as I lose internet connection for any length of time, even a few seconds, it seems to struggle. So, oh, B, I don't have anything hooked up, sister. I don't have my guitar or anything hooked up right now, or any tracks. B, there's one that I liked, one of my posts that I like, though. How about I just bring that up, and even though it's on my channel? How about I just bring that up for you guys for a minute? And then I'm going to sign off. All right, you guys. Sorry, let me try that again. All right, I will see you guys all over. I don't know where I am. There I am. All right. I'll see you guys soon, all right? I appreciate you. Mrs. V, appreciate you. Peace and love. TV2 out. Oh, holy fuck. What am I doing? Sheesh. All right.